Ladies and gentlemen, Mutahar, aka SomeOrdinaryGamers, has once again put out a statement revolving around the entire drama with him and his friendship with Nuxtaku. Nuxtaku being a reaction, content creator, anime reviewer, Mutahar, SomeOrdinaryGamers being this like tech guy who talks about anything and everything commentary. Think of Moist Critical, just with a bit more of a nerdy computer elements and whatnot. Essentially, this drama all started a few months ago when the Chris Tyson allegations came out and the very popular, controversial name Shadman came up. And in the Shadman drama, there was something called the Shadman logs. I covered them, many others covered them, such as his creator, Copen Seeth, who I referenced in my video about it. And he made a long list, and basically a log of everybody who interacted with Shadman, whether it be big or small. And one of the people on here was Nuxtaku, again, a friend of Mutahar, someone who was a co-host of one of his shows, the Some Ordinary podcast. Now, Nuxtaku was essentially called out for interacting with Shadman for a little bit more than just like something as simple as liking a tweet or liking a photo. It was actually reaching out to Shadman in an attempt to get him to be on his podcast or in a video of some sort, and essentially the internet was pretty upset at that. And when it all started to get around, a creator by the name of Chud Logic brought on Mutahar to ask him about this, and Mutahar pretty much said that they're going to be ending the podcast because of this Nuxtaku drama.
Podcast is done. Yeah, podcast is done now.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the podcast is over. We are not filming the last episode. It's over. This whole situation, like, I would have to really look into more of his involvement. Like I said, he would obviously have known about the Shadman lore, so there is no, at least, belief for me that he did not know about the child drawing stuff.
Because it's beneficial to say it now, but when it was more beneficial to have a connection, it was matey. Do you know what I mean?
And then a whole bunch of other drama happened where Mutahar said, no, that's not the reason why. Chud Logic kind of bent the truth a little. You know, it was a big back and forth, a lot of drama. I didn't cover much of it because truthfully, there was just a whole lot going on and I wanted to kind of wait for the full story. And the full story is quite complex. Shortly after this, Mutahar was once again confronted on his hesitancy to tell the full truth of the situation. And this situation got a little complex because Mutahar actually had involvement with some of this weird animation and, you know, interests that Nuxtaku also had, specifically in a video that also involved Oompaville, where they all three got together to essentially watch and review some anime, what do we say, you know, the other word, anime stuff that shouldn't be on YouTube, right? Pretty nasty, explicit stuff.
I rule the Onami household.
Okay.
These are the little sisters, by the way.
Okay, this is a
First rule, hug your little sister every day.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, it's just hug her for at least 10 seconds. There's nothing wrong with the hug. Yeah, it's fine.
No, the third rule isn't any weirder, so you don't have to worry.
Oh. Oh. Sniff.
Make sure to sniff your younger.
Make sure to sniff your younger.
And now what Mutahar tried to do was he tried to play dumb. There's no other way to say it. He tried to play dumb and was like, I didn't know Nuxtaku did this kind of stuff.
Caleb, we were just like, this is, I don't know, it's weird. Wait, you showed porn in those videos?
I mean, Nux's whole thing on YouTube is like porn reactions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stuff's not good.
That gets me wild, man.
And he did know that Nuxtaku did this kind of stuff, hence the video that started floating around, which caused Muta to put out a video, a statement kind of clearing things up, at least in his eyes, which he ended up deleting. He then ended up putting a community post out, which he then ended up editing. And now he finally put out a new video, finally catching us up on what is happening. In this video titled, Metal Gear Solid 2 predicted the future. Now, this is not a 2-hour apology. It is only about a 5-minute apology. About 50 seconds in, he finally just comes out and addresses the situation.
Now, obviously, I can't make this video without at least addressing why I took a hiatus a week and a half ago. See, I talk about taking accountability, and one of the accountability things that I want to take is making a video titled Post Nux Clarity about a week and a half ago. where, again, I took a matter that I probably should have handled over a phone call privately, and I made it a whole public thing for about, a few hours, and it's one of those things that I should have handled, again, privately, talking to Nux, somebody I worked with for years. Now, this was all in relation to a collaboration we did on his channel about, 2021, 2020 at this point, and it was one where, again, I had received a lot of comments on a Reddit, and again, various other social medias, and it's something that brewed for a few months, and it caused me to make a pretty bad decision on my channel, which is upload a 39-minute video, which I would say a big chunk of it was really a hit piece on somebody rather than actually addressing things. So,
mind you, it was a bit more than just one mistake. The video wasn't the only thing. It was him going on to Chud Logic, basically blaming Nuxtaku and his interest in possible partnership with Shadman, and he blamed him for that. And then he also, a few days later, called out Chud Logic, essentially called him a liar, which he then apologized for in that now deleted video. He also then went on to Reddit to try to explain his side. He went on to make this 40-minute video where he tried to explain his side. Overall, it was just not a good look for a very, very popular and very, very well-respected content creator. 3.84 million subscribers, right? That's no type of number, no type of viewership to just blatantly be saying random things, lying, whether it be on purpose or not, and just, effing up this badly. It was a humongous screw up on Mutahar's part, and obviously I don't think his viewership overall is going to be much affected by it, because when it comes to drama, there's such a small niche of people who even are updated on it. The amount of people who are reading YouTube drama subreddit and keeping up with all of this, Some Ordinary Gamers drama is so minuscule. But still, in terms of internet culture and following these commentary people, these drama YouTubers and whatnot, it is a pretty massive hit to his reputation.
At the end of the day, I just wanted to come in and say that really I want to address the serious mistake that I made, which is making that video in the first place. And again, throwing somebody under the bus like that. So again, for this, I just want to say that all these situations have been resolved pretty much in privately between me and Nux and, any party that was really involved in this. And since then, I've taken time off, clearly, and I've talked to a lot of, big industry friends here, like people in this game, people in YouTube. And it was really just that caused me to really have some self-reflection instead of crashing out in public and constantly making videos in a period of serious distress. Not that that discounts, clearly, the mistake that I made.
And yeah, like Muta says, you can see right here, Australia banned kids from social media was his last video from 13 days ago. The one after this was the Post Nux Clarity video, which is a play on words for Post Nux Clarity. Following Nuxtaku, that video is no longer here, so he did take about a 2-week break. I say he deserves it. He's been pumping out content for years at this point, 3,000 videos since 2012, right? So I think he's entitled to a break. Just the timing of it, all of this happening, even though Muta kind of jokes at the fact of it, being a crash out, it was indeed a crash out. Mutahar has very quickly become, again, kind of like the moist critical of the tech industry. He covers video games, the CIA, creepy websites and things like that. While Muta's, more about hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the fart booty big nasty situation. It was crazy, more mainstream things. Muta likes diving into the nitty gritty. And for a while now, a lot of people kind of think that he's sold out in a way. He went from making, again, cool, funny, wacky, edgy things, things like deep web browsing and whatnot. And he completely shifted to this very safe creator, which is completely fine. YouTube is a business, but when you are doing this transition to safe content, you accidentally end up doing what Mutahar did, where you throw your old friends under the bus. And it came back to bite Muta in his own butt, because he was involved in some of this edgy stuff himself, which he ended up being called out for. He was involved in, very weird things, like he admitted to enjoying watching videos of people, getting their heads chopped, right? He went to some of those creepy websites on the internet to watch that. He says he enjoyed it. Whether that was a joke or not, he still said it, and as a large content creator, people are going to take that as serious. Again, whether he was joking or not. Also, like being involved with Nuxtaku, reviewing some of this inappropriate, not safe for work anime stuff with your friend, whether it be lollipops or whether it be adults. It's just, inappropriate, and he was involved in that. There's a way to address things like that. You can say, yeah, I regret it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Even, I've talked to Nux about it. We both regret it, or we're mutually going to be stepping away from each other. That's fine. But I think the way Mutahar handled it by just throwing Nux under the bus, throwing Chud Logic under the bus, essentially painting him out to be a liar or someone who manipulates situations for drama or to get clicks. All of this situation was just so silly. And that's really the only way you can describe it. It was silly. It was dumb.
I've talked to a lot of, big industry friends here, like people in this game, people in YouTube. And it was really just that caused me to really have some self-reflection instead of crashing out in public and constantly making videos in a period of serious distress. Not that that discounts clearly the mistake that I made. It made me go into some level of, thinking for myself, really mentally assessing where I am. And it caused me to, again, have a bit of a reset. And it's this reset that I want to make videos like this, the one that you're about to watch, in action, not just mumbling words, of content that I want to make in the future. So I want to take accountability for a seriously, fucking shitty video that I made about a week and a half ago. And it's one of those videos where I want to move on past from. I've talked to everyone privately, which I should have in the first place. And yeah, that's pretty much what it comes out to. So ultimately, things have pretty much been resolved, and I don't really think that there's any point addressing this going on into the future. For the people that, have basically not wanting to watch me because of it, I hope I can earn that view back. For the people that want to give me a second chance, I really appreciate it, and I want this video to be an example of the kind of stuff that I want to make going into the future. I read a lot of comments from people diehard in the community, people who want more deep web stuff. Maybe make it a weekly thing, which I've been saying for months now, but obviously when you get caught up in the whole content drama mill, you do get lost in the sauce. So I want to bring that back weekly, maybe not this week because, this video just came out. But, maybe cover things like virus investigations. Obviously, go back to Linux stuff, which there is a lot to talk about there. Gaming, a lot to talk about there. We just had the Crazy Game Awards. And if I want to talk about trending stuff, I think I should really stay in my lane and my field of expertise and cover crazy stuff like Scam Tua, which both of us went offline at the same time, and only one of us has been back so far. And of course, beyond all of that, I definitely want to talk about alien stuff for sure, because it is a passion of mine, and I think I really should be tapping more into the passions that I have. That's been a pretty common theme talking with my friend group. But ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, I want to end this off over here. I want to take accountability for that shitty video that I made, and I want to move on forward, and I've resolved everything privately, as I should have. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I want to get back to content that I think ultimately provides more positivity in the world rather than regurgitating negative, pointless, meaningless drama, which does well in the short term, but is not good for your channel going forward. And yeah, I just want to take this time to, again, apologize to my community, take accountability, and make content that realistically a lot of the people that watch me for the longest time have been around for, that have basically been starving. But, hopefully I can earn your trust and earn some level of admiration back. If not, that's cool. If so, awesome. But that being said, let's get to Metal Gear Solid 2 and how the internet died.
And there we have it, my friends. Mutahar pretty much says that he's going to be moving away from the drama. He's sorry, and he's going to go back to doing things that a lot of the people who originally found Muta and watch Muta and still support Muta to this day enjoyed watching, like the deep web stuff, like the virus investigations, the weird little scary games and things that he plays. I still think he does do a good mixture of that, but yeah, a lot of people don't like the way he kind of covers this drama, and as you can see in this situation, the way he handled his own drama was not the best. Overall, I think that Mutahar is fine. I feel like he's built up this resume of content. Again, he's going a little more safe. He's not talking about deep web stuff anymore. He's obviously, splitting up, kind of parting ways, going far away from people like Nuxtaku, attempting to clear the air and get away from that sketchy past, and just stick to posting like this, daily commentary slop. Again, I use slop very lightly. I make slop. Mutahar makes slop. His might be a little more a little bit more researched and whatnot, these like 30-20 minute videos, super deep dives into interesting things. Again, still just daily slop, and he enjoys it and I enjoy it. Either way, I think that Mutahar did screw up. I think a lot of people in the commentary community will kind of be hesitant to enjoy his content. I mean, like I just showed you in this new video, this video already has 123 dislikes. I mean, that's not a lot, but still, that's, probably more than there was last week and the week before that and the week before that. And that's just going to keep changing. Mutahar, again, he had built his resume, I guess you could say, his credibility as this content creator who's trusted, and he's called out his own friends like Mama Max, and he's been involved in so much of these dramas and situations, and to see him be a part of one that involved him and getting himself caught up in lies, a bit more than one, more than two, more than three, I would say, some pretty massive lies, wasn't a good look. But overall, I wish Muta the best. I wish everyone involved in this situation the best. Nuxtaku, Chud. Overall, everybody kind of involved in this is a decent creator in their own rights who have done some pretty edgy things in the past that I'm sure they even regret now. But overall, I don't hate anybody involved in this. I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys accept Mutahar's apology? Do you think that there's really no bringing Big Muta back? Do you think that once he's a liar, he's always a liar? If he was willing to throw his friend under the bus like that, he's willing to throw anyone under the bus. Or just give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think down below. I appreciate you watching, and bye.